Okay, and welcome to the Campfire. And once again, we are doing some more content practice on Duolingo. Now, we are getting to the point where I'm able to answer the questions pretty fast and actually read the characters. But practice makes perfect, you know? So I'm gonna keep doing it every day. It also helps that seeing my streak number go up every day is kind of like dopamine and serotonin. So I'm using that as a fix. そう Adult? Hasu.
You.
I was very wrong. Looks like I still need more practice. And we'll continue needing more practice. I don't know. I find that if I just get my dopamine and serotonin in small, more productive things, in random stuff, it'll keep me away from the I guess more evil dopamine and serotonin machines. Well, sec. I've been sober from nicotine and alcohol for about, what's it, 8 months now. So occasionally I will get the craving to want to smoke nicotine, which is really bad. It's I'm not having withdrawals from not smoking nicotine. It's just the innate brain craving of wanting to smoke it again. And it's bad that that's a thought. I know I need to stay away from it. And I've taken such long breaks from nicotine, and I've regressed again, because I'm always just yeah, I know I have the willpower, I can quit it whenever I want. And now that I've actually I've officially told myself to quit after what, 7? No, close to 8 long years of consuming nicotine very heavily. Because of the industry I was in, heavily influenced me. And it was just kind of needed to get through the day, you know? Kyoto. I was relying on it super bad. Because I had no other way to get my fixes for my happy chemicals. I was working in an environment that I did not like. I was living a life I did not like. And I was just heavily relying on it. So now that I am finding my happiness in smaller things, I don't have to rely on it anymore. But there are so many days where it's just man, some nicotine would be real nice right now. And yes, those are typically the days where I'm having a really hard time, mentally and emotionally. It's kind of the first thing I reached for when I was distressed. It was my comfort. And whenever I needed comfort, and I'd go straight to it. And that's when it's a problem. Kazu. I'm like that with a lot of different things. Where if I need immediate comfort, I will seek it out almost immediately, almost obsessively. And it's caused a lot of issues in my life. So cool. Kichi. That's all. Like, it's super unhealthy to have that type of happiness and source of dopamine from something that shouldn't really be your main source of it. Like, of course, everything in moderation, right? Like, I will say, dabbling in stuff here and there every now and then is fine. It is okay, as long as it does not become a vice and a sin to the point where, you know, you're obsessed and addicted. That's why I will never knock social drinkers. I will never knock social partakers. As long as you do it for the vibes, not if you're reliant on it. And that's a line a lot of people can't see clearly. They're like, oh, like, you shouldn't need it at all, and you shouldn't like do it at all. But like, that type of mindset is really narrow-minded too, right? Like, you should be willing to adventure. Even if you know the negative repercussions, you should dabble and experience in it. And I understand if, like, you know, drinking just isn't for you because you just don't like the taste of anything and you do not like being inebriated. And that's fine. I know plenty of people like that. But as long as you have explored that with yourself, that is all you need. But being in a position where you absolutely stay away from it isn't healthy. Is it? It's one thing to be peer pressured into doing it, but it's another to be willing to explore into it yourself. Because it takes self-control to be able to...
Jackie.
I answered too fast. But yeah, it takes self-control to not have it be a vice, too. So in a sense, if you're able to successfully explore in it and enjoy the experience and have it just be like a social or a one-off thing, then, you know, that's great. You evolved as a person, you know? This is a PSA to not be peer pressured into doing horrible and bad things just because. This is more of a PSA to explore with your life. Oh, man, I chose Myaku. Look at me just mindlessly choosing answers. But yeah, take opportunities. Explore. What is this? Yuzensha. But yeah, have fun with life. Learn what things do to your body. It's different like if you know if you're allergic, but I tell everyone to like try every food, right? Even if you think you won't like it, if you've never had it before, try it. Taste it. Try eating it. Try experiencing it. Sometimes more than just one bite. Sometimes at multiple different places. I'll have dishes where I'm like, oh, I've had it at one restaurant before or at one city before and I didn't like it. But if I see it at another city and somewhere else, I'm gonna try it again because, you know, it's different. You never know. You could like things regionally. And you might like things you might have never expected you would have liked. Oh shit.
Russia.
And that's how I got into a lot of my hobbies. I blindly picked up a lot of things, not expecting anything out of it. And I end up stumbling onto diamonds. And they're just some things I'll always hold really close to my heart. Because I just happened to stumble upon them.
客
This is she, right? She... No, shake. Yeah, there we go.
さ
Sa. Ja.
じゃ
But yeah, there's a lot of people who will take the words I said and be very against it because they will think it encourages, participating in illegal activities. And I mean, yeah, that is kind of what I'm saying, but anything can be made safe in a safe environment. And if it's in a safe environment, chances are the experience will be very eye-opening. And experiencing more in your life just means you're growing smarter. You understand more things, you've went through it yourself. And that's something to be proud of. Understanding something. Not putting in the effort to understand something honestly really paints your character in a negative light. And I don't really like slandering people, but I would just like to point out that people who are against new experiences are not for me. You. No, that's wrong. You. Yeah, you. Because, like, it takes bravery to also explore out of your element too. It shows your character. Your willingness to change and explore. That's the important part. And if it is something that's a negative influence, it shows your resolve and willpower to stay in control of your life. Because only ever avoiding something is a horrible strategy. Oh, I'm just answering without thinking. I'm too busy yapping. We'll move on to Busu. I feel like we did okay on Duolingo. It felt really long. Big numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll do 3 today. But yeah, whenever I buy candles, well, before when I bought candles, I always bought ones I was unfamiliar with, online anyway, because they would have really weird names. If I bought a candle at a store, I would obviously smell it. Hyaku. But every time I've explored with a new candle, I've always been very impressed with what I picked out just by trying it. Hyaku. And that applies to like a bunch of foods I've eaten. Of course, you're always going to have those moments where it's a negative experience, but you should not let that blind you for choosing a new opportunity, a new experience.
ケーキは400円です。
400 400 700 900
300
300
300
100、200、300、
300
600
600
600 800
A lot of books and mangas I've read, I've just selected on a complete whim.
600 800
Wait, what?
600 800
Pyaku? Is it Pyaku or Byaku?
600
Pyaku.
800
Pyaku. Okay. That was the P sound. I had to listen real close to that. Forming numbers from 99 to 999 is easy too. The only word you need to memorize is hyaku. As usual, watch out for the troublemaking digits that change the sound slightly when they are before hyaku. They are san, roku, and hachi.
349
349
148
140 Build the number 578 500 78 78 Select the correct way to say 845. Hachihyaku. It's this one, right? Hapyaku? Hopyaku? Hapyaku. 45. Yes. Counting to 10,000. Nice.
10
Sen. But yeah, exploring is a vital part of the human experience. One of my favorite things to do with a reliable car, obviously, is to go on a lost drive.
3000
Sanzen. You pick a random direction
1000
and you just drive.
3000
Sanzen. And you just blindly drive for God knows how long, and you just go. And you just take in the scenery and the world around you. Sushi is 4,000 yen. Sushi. Yon. Sushi. 4000 4000 yen. Sen and this. Okay, the Y doesn't exist, so it's just EN. I understand.
8000 8000
Choose the correct option. Sen. Thousand in Japanese is sen. Again, watch out for the sound changing. San and hachi. Asen. Rokusen. Chisen.
3654 3650
Sen.
7321
7321
9500
9500
万
Man. 10,000.
10 100 1000 1万
1万
1万円お預かりします
1万yen. In Japanese, we use sen only until 9,999. From 10,000, we start using man. For example, niman and niman sanzen. Luckily, there are no numbers that changed their sen before. Nice. I'm gonna forget all of this and I'm gonna have to redo a lesson like this on a different source. But I mean, I guess that's reviewing the language, huh? And getting better. Reviewing your foundations. Ichiman. Juman. Gilman. Select the correct option for 15,000. Bomansen. Chiman Vilsen. Asking for prices with big numbers.
いくらですか?
Ikura desu ka?
Ikura desu ka?
Ikura. Also the name of some fish eggs, which are very delicious. Select the way to ask how much something is. Ikura desu ka?
うどんはいくらですか?
Ikura. How much is this? Ikura. Desu ka? Right. Tonight. How much is this? Kore. Kore wa ikura desu ka? Hai. Kore wa ikura desu ka? To answer the question, we say the number and add the currency. 100 yen desu.
ラーメンは800円です。
ラーメンは800円です。
は100 and
焼き鳥はいくらですか？
2700円です。
2700. Yeah. Today was nice. I enjoyed today. I didn't end up finishing Duolingo because I ran out of lives. Because I was just brainlessly going through the questions, which is nice because that means I'm able to subconsciously read it and I guess like parallel thought process Japanese while I'm talking in English while I'm reading it. So that's actually a really good sign for me. I'm happy with that, even though I didn't finish all of my questions for the kana. And the Busu lessons are pretty nice. I just feel like because of public school and how they taught me, I'm gonna learn these Busu lessons and then immediately forget them. Like, not immediately, but like surely forget them the further I go along. So when I find new source material to study Japanese that's more than Busu at a more advanced level, I might have to revisit the more basic practices. But yeah, explore things, spruce up your space, get something nice for yourself. Enjoy your life, make yourself happy, make your life easy. Alright everyone, it's time to put the fire out. Once again, I'd like to thank you for joining me by the campfire. If you didn't know already, I stream a variety of games live on Twitch at twitch.tv/AragoNA, ranging from gacha games, MMOs, and more. Feel free to come and join me at those cozy campfires and enjoy the ambiance. And that'll be all for today.